So get us off the screens and we're good to go. First blood being drawn. It's just a little bit of a scratch though for the side of Team Envy. They've lost their first. It's been traded out evenly as it goes back and forth. Golden holding over here on the new box, going ham on it. No, Android's only able to stand up at the top of the grill before he falls. Cloud9 on an instantaneous pistol round. Glad we skipped all the beginning buy part of that.
Who needs a freeze time?
Let's just see
I don't
the
need
frags.
freeze time. I just want to see the frags. But in that round, you see Envy trying to come out with a fast B rush off the bat. Vice initially makes that contact, not really being able to get more than one, and it leaves Golden behind that try-box. As the MV players are popping in, Golden actually decides to go to the right of try-box, takes a guy down with a great shot towards Banana, and during that time, Automatic starts rolling in. Automatic's able to back his teammate up, protect Golden's left side, and that's what allows Golden to progress into his second kill as well. So a great little team play from Cloud9. They're going to pick up pistol.
Yes, they do. Now they've got themselves Envy, who are actually taking the same road as we saw earlier today. So maybe it's something about Group C that doesn't go for this force buy in the second round. Group A and B, everybody was going for that one. Ooh, this is going to be a pretty good raid. I think it does. JDM eats most of that one. A lot of damage being dealt, but Golden, how much more do you have left in the magazine? Not nearly enough. He's able to get one in there, but now Vice has himself a UMP. T2's running out of ammo, but 3 kills stacked up for him, all assisted by Golden. So Golden, the assist lord on that one, 3 for him.
Honestly, eco round, not really much to say about that. Envy, with the pop flash, they do push back. I do believe that was Automatic towards the top of Banana there that went down early in that round. But they do push him back. They do get themselves 1 kill. But other than that, there's not really much they can do. Having to force through that smoke, you see Golden, as well as Vice, pull off that 4K. Well, Vice pulls it off. Golden there, really just doing that chip damage. It was a fairly easy round for Cloud9 to pick up. But we got guns coming up now, Dallas. Envy buying up fully.
That's right. Uh-oh. Psalm's worried about it. Yeah. Oh, no. He flubbed the smoke. He has to advance ahead. 75 damage nade. That's a stinger. More nades are coming his way. It's getting a bit hot.
And there
as
you go.
A grenade finishes him off. That was just awkward for Psalm. They've pushed the bomb up through the top left side of the brackets, and Cajun B is unable to get to Arch in time. So he shifts a little bit further to the left and tries to get him in Library, but he loses his life there as well. The bomb now coming straight across the lane. Remoto's side, JDM's able to trade it. Luckily, the bomb still stands. JDM 2 kills right there. It's a 2v2, and Nifty hasn't shown himself yet. So Cloud9 might assume that he's in along with side by side with JDM, but he's up top.
He just threw the nade, so Golden knows. Golden knows exactly where Nifty is. He's going to be able to pick up JDM now. Nifty, his position has been given away. They have smokes, they have Molotovs, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Smoking off Nifty now, making that contact is Golden, and picking up the frag as well. Cloud9 on to 3.
Excellent retake there. And yeah, that being up in the apartments is all fine, but how quickly Cloud9 was able to rotate around there, spotting that smoke sail out of the apartments, and they just took it one at a time. They knew there was one still on the site. Fortunate enough that they were able to flank to the backside of that and catch him unbeknownst. So there it is, 3-0 start quickly, as rapid as that, and it might be a 4th as well. Envy have themselves just some form.
Yeah, in that round, Envy deciding that they want to wrap onto A. Cloud9 actually boosting on the porch. Rush actually spots all of that out, while Cajun B spots the wrap happening, so they're able to adjust their setup based off of that. Automatic picking up 1 frag as well as Rush. It was a great round overall from the Cloud9 side to secure that A bomb site.
These mollies in Banana. If that one was just a little bit favored to the left, that might have made trouble for Psalm and Nifty. Their utility right now would have been one of the rare smokes that they actually have just to get out of that one. So if that's not even able to be used on the execute, that's how useful some of these just early utility trades can be, especially favored to Cloud9, who have more than excess compared to Envy.
Definitely. Right now, we do see the Envy side moving up towards Banana here, making a little bit of contact. Vice hasn't really used any utility in this round, maybe just the Molotov to start it off, but he's got plenty as we move past that minute mark on the round. Envy, though, they haven't taken any control. They have a smoke, they have flashes, they should be taking bracket control momentarily, but with the clock winding down, they either have to start peering off into sites or just get ready for an execute completely.
Good Molotov right there on the close angle so that they can peek out a boiler safely, and then they'll come right around, same thing, same spot to the left side of brackets, but they themselves are met with a Molotov. So now they're down into the sub-40s. And some smoke execute over to B site just to keep Vice here. Maybe some, oh, he's actually boosted up on top. So you do have 2 players respectful there, and it's going to try to wrap B. Automatic smells it, though. He's going to be able to come from the backside of this one. Golden's able to tag 2, make it a 3rd player, softening them all up, making this take so much more difficult. Golden pairing up with 2, make it a
Great
third. They
spray
just
down.
stack up the backside of the new box, and they remain right there the whole time.
Yeah, they even left Vice in that tri-box area just to keep that bait setup going. So if Golden did go down, the side of Envy would have no idea that there's a second person there. Here you see Automatic. He spots the rush towards Spawn, able to pick up the last person going towards Spawn and Fugly, then picks up another one onto Android. Great round out of him, but Cloud9 adjusting very well to that Spawn wrap to be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when Cloud9 end up getting an AWP by putting it there at top mid, right where Automatic's standing right now, and holding that angle, because twice now we've seen Envy come and take that arch side direction to try and take both A and B.
Okay, and it does look like Envy now, they're only sending one person towards Banana, and that's going to be Som here. He's going to get aggressive based off of this flash. He's making a little bit of contact with Car, so Golden does know that somebody's pushed up right now. Is Som going to go for this contact? Or is he just going to... He's going to go. He's heading up, and he's going to take down Golden here. And that's going to be Envy having the 5-on-4 advantage.
Yeah, Automatic, though, coming down mid, catching Android blindsided. There is Fugly right there looking for the trade. If he were to come out of Boiler right now, Rush would be right there to greet him, and that is exactly that. Right to the dome after a couple shots into the left shoulder, and Envy are now a man down. With just a minute to go, they've got 3 defenders over towards this B site. Automatic is flirting, thinking with the idea of going back towards A, so the direct defense is between Vice and Cajun B. They're back against the wall. Now the smokes come out for CT side. That's going to nullify Automatic just a bit, leaving Cajun B alone. He got one headshot in there, I believe, but it's not going to be enough to finish the job. Ooh. You don't need to rush this, though, if you're Cloud9.
Especially not because Automatic just naded Som, who was going for the plant. JDM down to 23 HP as Nifty gets spotted towards Banana by Rush here. So there's a real opportunity for Automatic to make this happen. It does look like he wants to force this smoke. Is he going to do it?
Oh, yes, he fades. Now the bomb is planted, so he's going to have to act a little bit quicker. He gets a shot against Nifty. I believe the headshot, too. Luckily enough, Nifty was healthy. The thing was, I think Rush coming up through Banana was the initial contact with Nifty, but just as he peeks that left corner around the wall, he pulls a grenade out and is instead disarmed completely.
Yeah, if Rush even made a little bit of contact in that situation, that round would have been going the way of Automatic. But you were talking about the AWPs. Now we see 2 of them show up on the Cloud9 side, both Golden and Automatic. And this is something you mentioned a lot, Dallas, the expensive taste of an AWP, burning all the money on Cloud9 now to get those in their hands.
Yeah, right into it. Some teams just kind of dip their toes into the water and see, okay, one op did this much effectiveness. Instead, Cloud9 goes straight for the double op. And sometimes that can end up biting you because you've invested, like you said, everything right down to the bottom of it, and you're a little bit hamstrung on utility as well. Golden's able to get 2 grenades, that being a molly and a smoke, and then Automatic is less useful in that aspect with a single flashbang.
Envy now looking for that mid-control as Fugly and JDM peering on towards the top of it. Cloud9 have actually moved 4 players over to this middle area. Very passive setup still, but if Envy do try to peer on in through the arch side, they're going to be running into Automatic as well as Vice here, who have set up perfectly.
Yeah, this is essentially a slightly heavier stack to A. In addition, they've got Vice in there who is leaning towards A as well. He's now come through the arches and it is in A stack as far as I'm concerned, leaving only Golden over towards the B site. He's on top of the coffin, so he's playing fire and fall back at this point. So he'll delay this with a Molotov a bit, but like we said, not much utility. Luckily, though, he has a smoke behind this, but rotations are coming.
Yeah, and Vice actually has a Molotov himself, so if the execute does come in, Vice will be able to drop this in front of him. As Envy, only 20 seconds on the clock. They got to start heading in here.
Yeah, they still have that smoke. That's only about 3/4 of the way through it, so it'll start to fade as they start to sprint through it, and it is Golden up there. Vice on top of the boost is able to pick up one as well as Automatic chimes in from a distance. They have to cross this angle now. JDM catches one through the concrete. The bomb's down out in the open. What a flick from Automatic. Dead center target right through Fugly's face. And it is a response. Cloud9 immediately right back at it, and a relatively healthy round for themselves as well. I think they kept 4 alive and took an AK up as well. So now they've got even a little bit more punch.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why Envy waited so long off of that smoke towards spawn there. Yeah, there was a Molotov in front of them, but that only lasts 6 seconds. The smoke lasts between 16, 17 seconds roughly. And in that sense, Envy did have enough time to head on into the site, but delaying it just a little bit too much. That smoke fades, and that's where Automatic, who's spawned with the AWP, as well as Golden towards Coffin, and even Vice come alive.
What a nade, and now the Molotov's in there as well. Golden standing his ground. Needs to start thinking about falling back. Misses the next shot against Psalm. But Golden has done damage. Nice shot there from... Oh, uh-oh, this is awkward. Nifty's able to catch Rush. A little bit of do-si-do roundabout the smoke at bottom mid. It's a 3v3, so Envy, who really didn't invest all that much into this round, are having a pretty good crack at it. They've sent the bomb back towards the A side quickly so. Cation B, though, could catch this. A flashbang comes around. What a shot from Nifty. Just instant execution. And that's going to make the retake a bit difficult. Look how awkward it is when you're dual-wielding ops.
Very difficult retake right now. The double op setup that you just mentioned. And you know what? Cloud9 isn't even going to go for it. They're going to pass this round up, I do believe, to the Envy side. Or is Automatic just taking the long way through halls? It's one or the other here. As Golden heads into Library, it does look like the retake will take place here, Dallas.
I feel like somebody needs to find a weapon, a rifle that's on the ground. Golden even at range now. May have spotted Psalm. There's the head. It pokes up. Oh my goodness! Just pinpoint precision at that range. He doesn't need a scope. He doesn't need a long barrel. Now it's 1v1. Nifty's position is assumed to still be in the back absolute corner, and he's playing perfect. Just absolutely elusive. Nice shot from Automatic, but he does not have the time to be able to defuse this bomb. He'll retreat. They'll give the round to Envy, but even with a double op retake, quote-unquote, that long route that you were saying all the way back through the backside of the apartments, that may have ended up giving the round to Envy, but they still got all the kills. Full rebuy.
Yeah, looking at Envy right now, their money's pretty set here, and that's just due to the round loss bonus adding up in their corner. So they end up picking up that round. Cloud9, their money is really broken. I do imagine they'll look to Automatic here to really start this round off, but that was a round that Cloud9 should not have lost. I do believe at one point it was a 5-on-3, Dallas. Really, Cajun B getting caught rotating over there as Nifty took the lane and pop flash for himself to peek into sight. Cajun B's re-peek, he was at such a disadvantage that essentially he just goes down as soon as he attempts.
That one tap from Golden, though, all the way into pit.
It was wild.
One tap. Just gave him the boop all the way. And that one stung a bit. But right now, it does seem like even though Envy won that round, Cloud9 had the last statement on that. They were the one with the punctuation mark. And Envy rebuying into this round, again, are obviously right back to the bottom barrel. Cloud9, though, they were kind of in the same sense. They decided to hold on to what they've got, only having Automatic's off that was saved in the previous round to carry the burden of picking up these first entries, and hopefully the weapons that have dropped from Envy would be recoverable by Cloud9 at that point.
So it does look like they're going to send Automatic towards Banana with that AWP firing off. Because he was flash, going to give away his positioning of that op now, and he's not going to rotate off. So Envy moving very quickly towards middle should find Rush here fairly easily, who's pushed up lane solo.
Well, we've seen a Molotov come to this position before. That's a Molotov that you'll stand up on top of the balcony in the apartments, bounce it off the skybox, and drop it right into Rush's lap. JDM fires off the shot, and Rush tries to pursue this, only seeing 3 terrorists that were sitting there waiting for him. They try and pull faster around and be able to pursue that target, but they're unable to catch it in time. Shouldn't have too much of a problem coming back into the site anyways. Unarmored, almost unarmed targets at that point. Golden last man standing with the Deeg. Hopefully a 1 Deeg. Make an effort out of this.
He's just going to grab this op of Automatic and hightail it out of dodge, and that's exactly what he does. Recovering the op now, he will fall back to B, and Envy now moving on to their 3rd round. A great little eco round out of them, not losing 1 person on their side.
Okay. Good healthy round as opposed to what we had seen earlier on as well from Cloud9. They were getting healthier rounds, but I mean, the tide comes in, the tide goes out. It's back and forth battle, and I expect nothing different. We did see earlier today there was like back and forth for what, 7 rounds? Or was that yesterday? That may have been late yesterday. I mean, the days blend together. This one so far has gone back and forth for 4 rounds, but now Envy taking 2 in a row are going to stop that and start to gather their own momentum.
Okay, Cloud9, still no money to buy up here, Dallas, so maybe a little bit of pistol armor action coming, or are we going to see the guns being dropped and the buy coming in? Yeah, so a couple of guns being dropped right now. Cajun B getting an M4 from his teammate. They will be buying up into this round. However, where do they go from here? Are they going to look for the banana aggression that so many teams do? And it's not a bad idea in doing so, pushing 3 people out B, but Cloud9 instead, they're only going to send 2 people towards the banana area. They're going to do a standard setup of 3-2 on their defense.
Yeah, and right now, Rush, who's just on the outside of Boiler, will drop a smoke. It's going to be actually right on time. JDM was trying to get there before the smoke blossomed. Didn't anticipate that he'd be right there. Now they double stack up in the apartments. Cajun B only got a glimpse of Fugly before Automatic is able to swing on him. Now Psalm's in the smoke. They are able to wrap up to Arch side, but how much use is this? Yeah, there's no bomb in hand, so you have to go back and recover this. It doesn't matter how much territory you manage to grab, and it looks like they're wise to it. Knowing that there's been a weakness in mid and on Arch side, Golden has gone back to CT to defend the B site from the rear flank.
Yeah, and right now, Envy not really pushing this issue right now. They've taken control. You see the player by Moto. Sam getting dropped as he tries to bring the bomb towards his teammates. Now Cajun B taking down Nifty as Android finally trades out Rush. It is into a 1-on-3. Can Android make this happen for his team?
That's pretty smart from Android, at least on the surface, not to immediately go for that bomb. He starts to clear out a couple more angles. However, Cajun B is right behind him. Just came out of Boiler. They'll have the rear flank of Android and Cloud9 on a weaker buy. They had bought up an op, but it came all the way down in the pyramid style of having an op at the top, and then it was rifles and then some SMGs underneath that. So it ends up standing. Whatever building they managed to make with that kind of foundation was good enough.
So JDM forcing that really early on. Rush had no trouble whatsoever, and then Automatic getting that pick almost instantaneously towards the halls right after Rush gets his kill. It really throws Envy's whole game plan out the window, and they got to start pugging. They got to start looking for picks, and it just doesn't work out for them. Cloud9 now. Rush is aggressive down this middle, and look at this. He might actually be able to catch off Nifty here. Maybe even Fugly. He's going to do some damage. Able to take down Nifty. Going to keep going towards Banana. And now Sam has to watch his back as well.
Well, here's the thing. Rush doesn't have to worry about his rear flank because Automatic is guarding it from top mid. Now Rush is just remaining here. He's a thorn in the foot, in the sole of the shoe for Envy.
Great.
And he's able to escape.
Yeah, that was great. Automatic smoking off alternate middle, then pop flashing for Rush to get out of there, as it does look like Envy trying to pressure Halls, and Cajun B patiently waiting is going to find 2 on the round and easily turn this in Cloud9's favor.
Yeah, and a great nade that gave it Cajun B. He just dropped it up there. Now they spotted the bomb as well. It's actually out on that platform. So you got the majority of everybody from Cloud9 has responded and gotten into this position to assist. Oh, Sam had a chance, a really good chance against Cajun B. But Cajun B, knowing that Fugly was still up there, spams it, ends up catching him through the smoke.
Exactly. Envy now using their second time out of this game. Their money is absolutely shot. So Sam buying up here now, spending that cash, is going to force Envy to most likely force buy behind it. But if they do force buy, it's only going to be pistols here, Dallas. Maybe some MAC-10s, maybe some SMGs, but really just an unnecessary buy in this situation, in my opinion.
For Envy?
Yeah, for Envy.
Okay. Yeah, Sam's already purchased up. Everybody else doesn't have that kind of cash to afford. I mean, Sam bought head armor. He bought the Galil. At this point, I'm almost feeling like that was a misbuy. Now, does that bait the rest of the team into buying as well? Is it all for one or one for all?
Well, generally, you wanna keep going with the same. Yeah, and it does seem like it was a misbuy. Unfortunately for the Envy side, now Sam will be the sole member with that Galil.
Yep. Pretty obvious that was a misbuy at that point, and you've got now a problem in the future for Envy, unless they can manage to ride on the wings of a Galil to pick up a round win, but that's a stretch. Vice up front, JDM swings out. Of course, no armor, so he's a very squishy target that little typewriter will be able to punch out.
So I'm taking some nade damage here. He's pushed up on the other edge of this smoke. As Vice heads down, he's able to take him down as Golden now finding 2 of his own. And just like that, Nifty, the final member remaining on the Envy side, he too shall fall. Cloud9 picking up 8. And look at the money now. Everybody's ready to buy on the Envy side. But Sam's like, hey guys,
yeah. Can I borrow
I'm
one
going to get
of
an
those?
AK in armor.
Yeah, no,
he goes for a MAC-10
MAC-10
to ensure the utility. So
sure, it's
that's
not
actually
bad.
no, that's
Yeah.
actually a really smart choice because he realizes his team's going to have the firepower. He should back them up with the utility. So that's a great choice out of Sam, not opting for that AK armor. He's going to go for the full utility and provide something to his team other than just,
right.
the aim.
And it's unlikely to win flawless rounds as well. We've seen it from both sides, but it's still, I mean, 1 in 10 rounds, that you end up coming out with 5 alive. Most of the time that happens against the eco rounds, but when it's rifle versus rifle, you can expect to have a casualty or 2, which is fine that you have a MAC-10, so you'll be able to swap those out and min-max your economy. Nifty being harassed there, knowing that the CTs are pushed down at least to tree. That's exactly where Golden remains. He's got some direct support by Automatic at the top end of Banana with the scope of the op. Golden can hear all this.
Yeah, he hears them jumping up around that middle area. I mean, Cloud9's playing a fairly passive setup in general, so Envy now, they're taking their time. They will find mid control fairly easily. And as we pass the minute mark on the clock, are they going to move quickly towards lane, or are they going to fall back towards Banana? And, yep, it looks like they're going to head right back to Automatic as well as Golden.
Yep. JDM's still standing there with his op. Both ops are just holding their angles, and what a well-timed smoke from Automatic. But he, in dropping that smoke, is rotating back towards the A site, leaving Golden alone in the smoke.
He hears all this.
Yeah, he's waiting for somebody to bump into him so he can see them, with them not seeing himself through the smoke. He's on the backside, then he'll spray down one, almost two. He almost had the keys to the castle at that point.
Shot.
Automatic falling back. He'll even drop a Molotov in response. There's a smoke there to hiss that out, but they do seem to be ahead of that curve. Automatic posted up at the new box. Strikes true against Som, and he's going to throw a flashbang, seeing Fugly on the top of the oranges.
Ooh.
Tags them up well. Vice will finish the job on that, I believe, and they'll just end up wrapping back with the support from Vice getting there just in time before Automatic was going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, that was a great little play from Golden there. Basically putting his body into that smoke, and then as soon as the execute comes in, he tries to wrap around. But I do believe a nade hit him and gave away the sound cue that somebody was really tight. Yeah, so that nade ends up hitting him. Yeah, and you can actually hear it on that. And then so when he goes through, that Envy already had that in their mind. They're able to respond to that very quickly, and he gets traded out. But still, it creates a problem that Envy has to deal with while already dealing with the fact that they need to get towards top Banana.
I mean, it was a pistol as well that took him down, I believe. So how close that was to just being a 5-man spray down had potential there. But Envy are back down to some pistols and armor. They'll be able to have enough for rifles in the next. But it has been pretty streaky to the favor of Cloud9. Pop flash for Envy to top mid. Automatic now. He even suspects that maybe somebody made it to Cubby in time, so he'll fall back a little bit closer to the site, a little bit closer to Cajun B and Rush, who have the automatic firepower to be able to support him. Now they've got even a backstab up here in the arch side, but the Moto smoke's going to help. This might that kill is probably going to turn the bomb for a wrap B strategy.
Vice now having to watch his back here. If he's not too careful, the players have already spread on him. He's going to get dinked, taken down now by Android, and the B side is open for business as the lurk comes out halls, and Nifty creating such a problem for these Cloud9 players.
Look at this. Now with Nifty getting that damage there, Nifty has made them think that going through arch side wouldn't be the best option, and Envy come rebounding right back towards A and leaving two of the players over on the Banana side of things.
This could pinch them now because they have to worry about their CT spawn as well as the A site. They've got all these players from the Envy side just pillared into the site. Less one.
Uh-oh. That Molly, though.
Android.
Android. Of course, the
Great
one
shot.
rifle is so important, and a dink as well against Rush. Still 2v3. You still got a chance to be able to come back into this one for Cloud9, and they've cleared out the back pit. All your Ts are virtually on site, with one of them being over towards the Moto end. Som's been spotted at the backside of the default box, but not enough. What an eco round from Envy. Well, it was a little bit of forced by pistol armor, but they were anticipating to have rifles in this round anyway. Instead, they have 3 of them gifted to them.
What a round out of Android there, picking up 4 kills, some great shooting from him, especially on that first player towards lane, who I believe was Cajun B. This is the kill that actually gets him the gun in his hands, but really that kill on Cajun B, who had all those Envy players pinned within the site, that's what allows his team now to kind of spread a little more, kind of open up and move around.
When they got that first kill on Arch, they recognized that that was one of the B-side players.
Yeah,
they're like, that wasn't your typical Arch side.
Which is weird because,
Arch side automatic.
I mean, they could have, I don't know, I just felt like they could have kept going towards B. Nonetheless, they still won the round. Nifty made a great call to tell them to come back, but I thought it would have been fine going to B as well.
I mean, they showed some, I think they showed some great intelligence. Just the fact that Nifty was there right behind them, and they knew that they were rotating out. Come right on back. Come right back through Arch, plant that bomb on the A site, and show that you got the big brains.
Okay, and up middle is Cloud9 now, or sorry, Envy. As we do see Cajun B positioned towards this cubby with Golden baiting for him. This could work out for the C9 side as JDM does take down automatic. We are going to see Golden as well as Cajun B fall to Nifty, and A side is open for business.
You do have Rush that's in the pit right now, and he's hiding. Just going to bury his head in the sand and make sure that he's not noticeable, but he has been snuffed out. Fugly was the sacrificial lamb at that point, so it does seem like the bomb will be planted A, and there's not much that Vice can do against this. But a couple solid rounds from Envy on the back end of just pistol armor. Now their economy is so turned around at this point. I know it's very late in the half, but essentially it's been given enough of a gust to survive any kind of problems. But now we're going into the last round of the half, and it's 9-4, or will be 9-5 in a second.
Yeah, Envy definitely bringing this one back towards the end of this first half, getting these rounds that are much needed at this point just to keep themselves competitive and in this game. Cloud9, however, kind of falling flat as we move towards the end of this half. That momentum seemingly is all gone.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what we saw between MIBR and Luminosity on Train. We saw Luminosity come hot out of the gates, and then MIBR kind of closed out the half with a series of rounds that made it a competition. Pretty much the same story shaping up right now. It's almost could end up in the same scoreline. It's 9-5 and could be 9-6 as we take a peek at the Cloud9
They've got plenty of
economy.
money.
Yeah, they'll be able to buy up. Well, I'd say the
AWP on the field, M4s being exchanged.
Yeah,
this is a solid buy down.
You might only be missing a flash and maybe a molly here or there. That's no big deal.
And a couple of kits.
I appreciate the dualies up there for Vice as well. You never know when you need 30 more bullets.
Well, the issue that I'm having here is the fact that there's a real lack of kits on the Cloud9 side, and they've been taking time on their retakes.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an issue. If they don't speed up their retakes, if Envy does get the post-plant scenario going, then Cloud9, I'm not sure if they'll be able to close it out, but it doesn't even look like they're going to be looking at the post-plant as we're into a 4-on-3, and the round just began.
I think Android blinked. He was scoped in at top left mid, and then he unscoped, and I think that's when he blinked, and then when he looked back there, suddenly there was a CT there, and then he scoped back in and almost delayed on his shot. He's like, that's strange. Remember the old days on Source when you could spray the walls?
I never played Source.
You never did? You used to be able to you could upload even GIFs of sprays
of
like
you could do that in
CTs or
1.6.
Ts.
Yeah, you could do that in 1.6 as well. Yeah. But then that became illegal in competitive play.
you
Can you
don't
imagine?
say.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Anyways, though, as we pass the minute mark on the clock, we do see Envy lurking Nifty into the end of halls once again. Remember on the round they had success? Nifty lurked out, created that huge distraction from the end of halls, while the remaining two members on the Envy side are going to be positioned outside B, patiently waiting.
Even splitting up your forces when you're outgunned like this and wounded at that. Rush, trying to get it boosted up top. He'll have Nifty dead to rights here in a second. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Silhouetted. Takes a second burst at him, and bad gets to worse. JDM and Psalm are over towards this B site, and Cloud9 having those two defenders on B, even with the kill over on A, they still stand fast. Vice above and behind him, and I don't think there's much chance for Psalm. He will not.
Go.
Golden and Vice get those last two kills, and it ends up being a 10-5 half. A little bit behind par for the course for Envy, but I'd say they got a little bit of a chance to come back.
Golden with a great first half, 20 frags on him. That's exactly what you want from your IGL coming out. But overall, Cloud9 doing a great job here. I mean, they closed it out. They bookend that half. Envy, though, a little bit of life to make that actually happen for them. Is it going to be enough? Moving on to CT side Inferno, it's much easier. I'm interested to see.
Yeah, I think Golden Boy's our standout player of the game so far. Just in that half, he's 20-7. But we've got more action coming at you soon for the second half between Cloud9 and Team Envy. You're watching the Pro League.
Yeah, right.
Well, that didn't take too long. Welcome back to the Pro League. We are into the first day of Group C. So far, we've watched the Brazilians play. Now we're watching the Americans play. Cloud9 versus Team Envy. Our first map, first half, resulted in a 10-5.
Let's put an asterisk on that because they're North Americans, okay? We got some Canadians in the lineup as well, right?
This is the Americas group.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. The Americas. JDM and SOM supporting one another right now, and they are laying down the law. The law is death, it seems, for Cloud9. Just Cajun B standing. 3 kills for JDM, 2 for SOM as they single-handedly just work hand in hand. Work on a topside defense.
Both teams looking towards Banana very quickly to start their pistol rounds off, and both teams not finding success on those B rushes. Envy absolutely smashing them.
They're pretty pleased with that defense right there. They made it look easy.
And why wouldn't you be? That was such a strong B hold, right?
And how satisfying is it, too, with the USP to just tap, tap.
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
Yeah, and heads pop. Now we get something that's a little less finessed. We have Android on the auto shotgun. Not nearly as clean. It's much more messy.
But it nets you quite a bit of dollar value.
It does. It does.
All right.
I want to see. He's up top on the balcony right now.
Ooh, so it's looking like
it's going to happen,
yeah,
dude.
it's going to be Farm City.
No, this is going to
get back
come
up
on,
there.
Android,
get back up there, Brad.
Oh, the grenade's just going to soften him up for him. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Android underneath them right now, lurking like a monster. He'll be able to get the information from his team. Fugly steals the first and the second away from him. Come on, Fugly. It could have been
Android
beautiful. Still, though,
there.
all those SMG kills still makes a lot of money at the end of the day.
Yeah, plenty of cash going in the pockets of Envy in that round. Android not getting to use that auto shotgun. I'm sure he's a little bit sad about that one. But Cloud9 will have the AKs.
Yeah, I mean, a map like Nuke, you see the auto shotty a lot. Sometimes you see it on Train as well. We get to see these anti-eco frags get cleaned up. It's pretty satisfying. But auto shotty on this map, there's only a handful of players I end up seeing it. Android is now joined the ranks of the likes of Poland, for example. I've seen him play that quite a bit on this map, typically over towards the boiler.
All right, and it actually looked like Envy going for an aggressive Banana. Automatic and Golden are going to chime in to team up for that kill onto Fugly. But right now in the man advantage, Cloud9 not pressuring B any further. They're going to let the round develop, looking at middle. JDM playing very tight towards that area. As the remaining members of Cloud9 have taken Hall's control, maybe even peering down towards Boiler momentarily. Oh, I think Rush just saw him.
Oh, yeah, definitely did. JDM being so close to that, can't quite peek that corner. But since they fired at him, now he knows that they're around in the neighborhood.
He's going to stay.
I mean, Envy has all these substandard guns. They need to be able to pick off a kill before they fall even further behind. A 5v4 is difficult as it is, but a 5v3 is even more so for Envy, as you've got still 2 defenders over towards this A site, but at this range,
how does he pick up that frag?
Yeah, anyways, you take what you can get. Nifty's even pushing back on the backside of B side and is able to pick up Vice as he was starting to retreat, so it's pretty obvious that it's going to be an A hit. Maybe we see the auto shotty come in. He spots Cajun B's dome just as the smoke blooms, but Nifty's left 1v3 with an AK. There's going to be guns in the next round anyways for Envy, so all you need to do here is successfully knock Cloud9's economy out of the park.
Yeah, if one person survives on the Cloud9 side, that's really just a massive impact on their economy, but it's not going to happen. Cajun B taking down Nifty there. And Cloud9, with a pretty standard default, being gifted these frags. They start the round off with the Molotovs towards Car at Banana. They look back towards middle after taking the Hall's control together. And then in those moments, they're able to just trade out frags, really starting off towards the Arch side when they're able to take down JDM, who's peaking that with the MP9. So overall, a good little default out of Cloud9. A nice cohesiveness, way to stay together, way to trade out the frags, and they're going to have 11.
Still see the auto shotty being picked up. Android has spent every dime that he's ever had on this round, getting armor included. The only player with head armor, so that could be of use against the MAC-10 that's in there.
JDM now picking up the first kill of the round, giving the man advantage to his side as Cloud9 more the same for this default. Fugly will be taking down Cajun B towards Halls as well. And as we go into this 3-on-5, Rush trying to even it up for his team, and he's actually taking spawn control here. This is going to be an opportunity now for Cloud9 to win this round if they can remember the bomb.
Still, yeah, you got to go get the bomb, boys.
Get the goddamn bomb.
You got the site.
Now the bomb's protected.
They have it.
Oh.
Fugly and Android spot it. Oh, that's unfortunate. They smoked top mid, so they suspect that there might be somebody coming back, but this is going to come down to raw frags. I don't think this bomb's ever going to get planted at all. Vice and Rush split their approach back to the bomb. You have the rare instance where the T's are trying to take the bottom mid site.
Rush has the utility to actually help his teammate out in this situation. Fugly, oh, Rush is making that contact, but Fugly absolutely decimating him now. It will be on to Vice to make this round happen for his team. A round that Cloud9 should have actually won, but they didn't have the bomb.
No, they didn't. Good shot. I mean, Vice could run to the A site right now. He knows Fugly's down there. It does come out down to straight frags, but Cloud9 settled in a little too confidently to the B site and forgot that they had responsibilities as terrorists to bring the device.
Just keep it somewhere where you guys can get to it easily, or just be ready to retrieve that.
Right, yeah. Instead it was left in bottom mid, not in the tunnel even. It's visibly seen from anybody that's at mid.
And I almost feel like they were 2 seconds off of being able to recover that cleanly. But because Envy decided, you know what, they're wrapping onto B, we're going to go down middle to retake the site, that's when they get gifted that bomb in front of them, and that's when they're able to clean up that round. So, I mean, just off the blunder, I'd say, of Cloud9 leaving the bomb there, Envy's going to get their 8th.
That was a freebie round from Envy. That one's... What's more frustrating, losing an eco round or losing to your own mistakes?
I think leaving the bomb is more frustrating.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
Because look at it this way, too. Imagine if they left the bomb in the actual T pit, right? Then Envy probably wouldn't have even seen it. They would have gone all the way up to Banana and tried to retake it, and then Cloud9 would have had the fight with them. But instead, Envy plays the passive approach, and Cloud9 has to go to them now to retake that.
That's right. So now Cloud9 are way behind at this point in firepower. You've got Automatic with armor AK, and then everybody else with pistols. I almost feel like we've seen this story before earlier when Som was the one that accidentally bought the Galil. But Automatic just actually had more than enough cash on this round. He's bought all this and has still enough cash, if not more, than the rest of the team, it seems. Quite a bit.
Okay, looking at this round, Automatic will be leading the charge towards middle right now, peering on in with that AK as this left side mid smoke comes in, allowing the Cloud9 team to just get that brackets control right off the bat. We passed the minute mark on the clock. We have 4 players playing over towards this A bomb site, and Cloud9 is actually going to be heading over to B. The only thing is we have Som jump spotting. So Som's going to jump spot. He's probably going to drop the smoke right in front of him, and then once that happens, the rotators should be coming in shortly. Most likely Nifty to come help him.
His timing, he hasn't spotted him yet. They're halfway up. Now he sees it's going to be a Molotov there. Automatic runs
that's big.
into it.
That's
they
huge.
Smoke it, and everybody's able to get right past it. It's a foot race to CT side. They have smoked off CT angle, though, so that's going to stump Nifty and company. They're going to boost one up and over, and it looks like they've gotten the first. Nifty swapped out for JDM's life, who's just still outside of construction. Cloud9 have pushed into this region. Vice is hanging on to it as best as they can. Cloud9 are looking like they might actually do this with pistols and a single AK, because the pistols that remain are pretty lethal at range. That's the Deagle. Automatic behind the new box right now, having the AK, struggling with Fugly right now. He knows that he has to worry about his left flank, and he's getting support. Excellent.
My goodness.
From Golden, and then Automatic comes out. After Fugly had been taken care of, Automatic knew that his construction side was super weak. He swings out and takes that kill immediately.
Yeah, that was a great round from Automatic. Really, first that kill on Som, who didn't, you were mentioning it, they haven't seen him yet. They haven't seen him yet. And that's exactly what bites Som. Som jumping there, he does get the Molotov down, but Automatic forces it and takes that kill onto him. Now, Cloud9 actually used their smoke to put out Som's Molotov and allow them to rush, and then get gifted another smoke that Som chose not to throw, right? Because he chose to throw the Molotov. So there was a little bit of a luck factor included in there, just based off Som's nade choices.
That's right, and they were just able to get so far up Banana without being spotted, and as soon as Som saw him, he realized it was too late to react. Automatic really was the one to take the initiative, stood in the fire, and redeemed the team from that, so they were able to take that round right back.
Looking at it now, Rush and Cajun B, we're back to the default, essentially. We see the Halls control coming out from Cloud9 early on. They're just taking their time, clearing out these very tight areas as a squad, and now imagining that they'll either go for that brackets control or give it up completely, as Vice and Automatic have made their way all the way into B, and Automatic's got the entry onto Nifty.
Yep, they do. There's still 3 players over towards the A site. If they get both of these kills on B, you might see these guys start to back off. They're getting kills all over, everywhere in A and B. A little bit of split push action, and they'll win it on kills. Nice 3-man take right there for Rush. They were, of course, weak targets up there, but still, nonetheless, picking up 3 kills is pretty, especially when they peek you one at a time and you're able to settle your own aim. Cloud9 now winning 2 rounds in a row and starting to set themselves up as they could see the sun starting to crest over the horizon with daylight at the end of the tunnel. 3 rounds away from taking the W.
That was a fairly easy round for them. And looking at Envy now, whose money hasn't even set up, Cloud9 are going to get closer to that victory. Envy now forced to go on to this full eco. Cloud9, the round is essentially theirs, lest Envy pull off something just astounding for Ultra Rush. And a mid-rush is what Envy will be going for here. Golden taking down 1 as Cajun B, Automatic, they come in and Golden ends up with the 3K.
Yeah, Golden needed to pull that crosshair down a bit. Those are still counter-terrorists that are pretty far.
Oh, he ate a
mid.
flash.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, he ate a flash.
I was seeing that his bullets were landing towards the top side
tracers.
of the roof.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he's up there.
Watch, yeah, look at that flash. He's just going with it. Jesus, take my AK.
Take the AK, take the spray. And, I mean, right now, Golden and Automatic are at 24 kills, 11 and 10 deaths for them as well. So they are on top of things right now. And really, that's what's propelling Cloud9 into a pretty commanding lead, having 6-round lead. And really, Envy's last hurrah, I would say, their next round's not going to be able to afford up a double op even close to that. So Envy need to make a stand right here and right now. Not any real change to their default strat right now. Their A site is working on that 3-man position over towards the porch and boiler side of things. That's typical for, that's like a secondary default, and they shift that back into something a little bit more classic.
Looking at it right now, Rush, as well as Cajun B, once again have cleared halls. We see Cloud9 moving back towards middle. Most likely will take bracket control momentarily, where we do see the boost of Fugly on this porch. Nifty, a nice shot onto Vice there.
Yeah, I mean, Vice jumped into it. That was unfortunate timing for him. Fugly is up on top of the porch. We were talking about they had this trifecta. They still have it here. It's changed a bit. Did Rush just hit? No, he was supporting. It was Golden, the one that ended up dying there. I thought it was a jumping AK, but Rush at distance was the one that keep his feet solid on the ground to get that kill. Cajun B just lobs an HE into the site, and you've got a 3-on-3, but your CTs are scattered. It's all Fugly right now, and he's been wrapped on wide towards the moto. And you still now Nifty returning on a 2v2. It'd be wise from Nifty to just chill out and let Som come all the way around Banana, all the way around mid. And so you can at least attempt a trade here.
Yeah, and he's doing exactly that now. As Som does come up middle, this is an opportunity for the retake to take place here. Nifty firing off a shot will give away the location of the op.
Here's the thing. They see that Automatic's in sight, and if Som is to wrap into sight, he's going to get clotheslined by your player that's up in the graveyard. Exactly that. So knowing that there's a player in sight ends up baiting Envy into this take. And Nifty, with an op having difficulty swinging that left to right, ends up getting taken down as well in a pinch that he walked into. So 15-8, and I was talking about the economy for Envy. They are into the max loss bonus, but it's not going to be good enough. I already see SMGs being picked up.
Yeah, and for those of you guys just tuning in at home, maybe you guys want to know the map picks. Envy actually picked Inferno, Cloud9 picked Mirage, and Cash is our leftover map. So Envy on this map pick, finding themselves on the brink of a map loss right now. I'm sure they're not going to be happy about that, but Cloud9 winning that round off a bold decision to push the lane smoke and actually force their way into the site. Really bold decision by Rush, but it ends up paying off for his squad.
Little Molly's extinguish in Banana right now, and Som will back off. You know, we were talking about being a little bit shortchanged with weapons. I said SMGs were getting picked up, and then 2 shotguns were on top of that. So Envy have absolutely no recourse for long-range fights. You're going to see them positioning themselves at point-blank dirty fights. Pop flash into top mid. Fugly's able to turn around. They're trying to work a little bit of a crossfire. Shotgun. Nice shot at range. Sometimes the Mag 7's just good like that. There was only a little bit of Cajun B's head showing up, but he caught all the buckshot.
After getting that pick now, they're going to keep moving towards Banana. And actually, Automatic wrapping onto the site. This is a great little play. It doesn't really matter, though, as Nifty does fall. We will hear the call being made by Rush. At least 2 players have pushed middle. Cloud9 right now will take advantage of that and get automatic into CT spawn, which will mean he's going to make the call, hey, they all got to be coming B. I haven't seen anybody around me.
Right, well, Golden is out on a limb right now. Here's a pop flash. Well played, but it is traded out. And of course, Envy were able to pick up some of the rifles that were scattered about. It's going to end up in a 2v2. But you got no kits. You need to get into the site. You need to touch that bomb and force Cloud9 into some positions and into some fights that they don't want to take. They still haven't gotten to that bomb yet. And with no kit, I don't see any recourse at this point. Automatic is miles away. He's got an easy one as he taps down Fugly. Eventually, Android pops out. He's able to pick up a kill, but the scoreline will conclude on map 1. 16-8.
Automatic 3 kills short of a 30 bomb here on our first map series. Golden right behind him with 25 frags. Automatic finishes up with